Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more Star Trek: The Next Generation of Final Unity with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome. Oh, yes, we're back in it. Now last time, we kind of did a lot last time, really. The last time we actually got into the game, first, right off the bat, we had a ship coming in from the Romulan space through the neutral zone, and had to deal with the people chasing them as well. And that was kind of a, they are in search of this fifth scroll for their planet. They have four scrolls right now that detail out religion, society, stuff like that, but also their patrician class of people. Now, what they're looking for here is they are looking for something that tells them what the plebeian class is supposed to, what rights they have. Because basically, when their lawgiver was giving out these scrolls and giving out these orders and stuff, the patrician class, somebody in the patrician class stopped him before he could go any further. So, everybody else, every other class was just like left, just, hey, you have to deal with this. There is nothing that specifies what you're supposed to do. Which is great for the patrician class, of course, because they can sit there and say, oh, well, see, you're just supposed to support us. You're supposed to do whatever we say. We give the orders. Baha. Now, because they requested asylum, the Enterprise was like, hey, you know what? Sorry, they've requested political asylum. If you want them back, you have to contact our government, set up some kind of an extradition deal, and you'll get an order for that. Until then, they're our guests. And they're just staying on our ship, not going to like a star base or anything like that. No. They're just traveling with us. Now, then we got an emergency call to this one space station where something had been like taken away from them. Like part of the station was just like severed and taken away. And there was this mysterious ship that had some sort of a chameleon's ability so that it could register as something other than what it actually is. Drawing off power from the station. And once we've dealt with that, we contacted this Vulcan who was studying this Garidian lawgiver and his followers. He was currently working on something where he had found something from the Chodak ruins. He had sent a few isolinear rods to the station that was attacked, curiously enough. And basically he was like, I really can't help you. I don't know anything. I don't know where they actually settled. In comes Starfleet saying, hey, I want you to look into this lost doctor for me and see if you can find out what's going on with her. So we did, and we did. We're like, okay, sure, we can do that, no problem. So we go in to take a look at this doctor, and we find out that this planet has a lot of, this reservation planet basically has a lot of animals that are actually from Romulan space, oddly enough. Which is problematic at best, but once we talked to the person who shipped them the animals, we found out that no, these were not actually from Romulan space. These were actually there from, they were actually gotten from a different planet or a different system, which was kind of interesting, really, because basically they were from Garrod, which is the planet that the lawgiver came from. So now we're going and investigating this planet Frigus, and seeing if we can't find out where the hell did all this shit come from. So with all of that said, and that was a lot, Let's jump into the game and see where it takes us for now. Takes us to now. All right, so we are on our way to Shonoisho Epsilon 6. Now we can say contact Starfleet.
Admiral Williams here. What can I do for you, Captain?
Hi. Admiral, we've uncovered evidence that indicates that the mythic group of Garidians known as the Followers may actually exist.
Admiral, we've uncovered evidence which indicates that a mythical group of Garidians known as the Followers may actually exist.
Yes.
Interesting. What did you find?
We identified several creatures on Marasia as Garidian species previously thought to be extinct. They came from the Shonoisho Epsilon system, which may be the location of the Followers' colony. I'd like to investigate that system further. The Followers' descendants could still be alive.
Permission granted, Captain. Good luck with your search.
Okay, so now, see, we actually got permission from Starfleet.
Thank you, Admiral.
Which is good.
Warning. Entering nebula.
I'm sorry, what? So yeah, now we're just kind of like waiting until we travel 22 light years in order to get to... Yeah. I mean, we could have increased our warp speed, I guess, in order to get there. Like, Riker's really struggling to figure out how to stand
Entering
there.
Federation space.
Well, good. Commander, do you mind stopping all that random movement? It's very annoying. But you stand still, Riker.
Captain's log supplement. The Enterprise has arrived at the Shonoisho Epsilon system, where, according to Aramat's data, we expected to find the world where the Followers settled. However, our sensors show no Class M planets in the system at all.
Data, is it possible there's something we missed?
I can attempt to enhance the scan matrix. That may increase our sensor resolution.
Make it so.
I don't think Aramat was lying to us about this location, Captain. I do sense life out there, but it's hard to be more specific at this distance.
That's... Now, Rask, I do have to say that's kind of par for the course for you, isn't it?
If the Followers are out there, how do you propose we locate them?
These are people who fled from persecution on Garid. They might be hiding deliberately. It may be better to let them locate us by sending out a general message of friendship.
That's a lot.
Perhaps one of our passengers could think of something that would encourage the Followers to respond.
Well, I bet the religious historical nut could probably do that.
We've arrived at Aramat's coordinates, but if the Followers are here, they're hiding. Do you suppose they'd respond to a message of friendship?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would call that, Ras. That sounds interesting, to say the least. Almost sounds like a more substantial hush puppy.
Perhaps they would pay attention to someone who quoted the Lawgiver. Captain, if you patch me through your comm system, I could send out an appropriate message.
Make it so.
Aye, Captain.
That is true.
And when the Lawgiver left Garid, he said of the ruling council, "They have taken my words and engraved them backwards."
Anything?
There is no response, sir.
Well,
It was worth a try.
Well, let's give them a few more lines, something more substantial.
The fifth scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Garrett's history. I urge you to help us find the scroll for science's sake.
Right. I was.
Sir, we are being hailed.
Oh, so you did decide to answer. That's nice.
Who is this that knows the Lawgiver's lament?
I am Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I shall need more information before I can trust you. Tell me more about yourself.
We represent the United Federation of Planets. We are on a mission of peace.
Is that why your ship is bristling with weapons?
We use our weapons purely for defense.
I see. And would the Federation be willing to defend us?
I don't see why not. You are in Federation space.
Starfleet protects all of Federation space, which includes this system. If you wish, your world could even apply for Federation membership.
I don't think the Romulans or Garidians would like that. They both have made claims on this world.
That is unfortunate, but immaterial. Your planet is in Federation space. If you ask for our assistance, we will give it.
That is a noble attitude.
By the way, we do have several Garidian refugees aboard. They're seeking to bring the wisdom. Yeah.
We have several Garidian refugees aboard. They are seeking to bring the wisdom of the Lawgiver's fifth scroll back to Garrid.
Garrid had its chance, and it cast the Lawgiver and our ancestors aside. It is too late to mend their relations with us now.
These are reformers hoping to use the Lawgiver's words to improve Garidian society.
That is a cause the Lawgiver would have approved. You've given me much to think about, Captain. Allow me a few moments to consider it.
I understand. We will remain in orbit and await your response.
Mr. Worf, your analysis.
Captain, we should check...
Any suggestions, number?
I'm sorry, Captain, I don't have any suggestions.
Yeah, you all are just basically useless.
Mr. Data, any
I suggest we contact Starfleet, Captain.
If I...
Admiral Williams.
Okay.
What is the current situation, Admiral? Is there anything in particular we should be aware of?
Aside from some Romulan activity along the border, things are fairly calm. But we have received an official complaint from Garrid regarding the refugees. This is a tricky diplomatic situation, and it would help if you found the fifth scroll, or proved it didn't exist.
Right. Okay. What do you make of our recent performance?
What's your assessment of our recent performance?
You did good work on Marassia. Dr. Hunforsh is back at work with the Preserve, and relations with the Marassians have improved noticeably since your visit. Shall I go on?
Please do.
The Enterprise responded to a distress call from Merton Station. Good work there, Picard. Without your efforts, this could have been a real catastrophe. You saved hundreds of lives, kept the station operational, and even managed to save the experimental power core. Congratulations. Shall I go on?
Please do.
The Enterprise's presence in this region has set a lot of minds at ease, but I'm still concerned about the Romulan activity in the area.
Okay, sure.
Picard out.
So yeah, there really wasn't anything. Thanks, guys.
Sir, we are being hailed.
On screen.
I have decided to trust you. I am Larac, Chancellor of the planet, Phrygia. How did you know we were here?
A Ferengi trader claimed he picked up some Garidian animals here.
Aramat. We started dealing with him to purchase some outside technology, and we gave him some animals in return. Fortunately, we never told him much about ourselves.
Right.
How do you manage to conceal your entire planet?
The technology is similar to the Romulan cloaking device. It fools sensors into misreading what they see. We had to protect ourselves in case Garrett's forces came after us.
Well, that's going to be difficult unless they come deep into Federation space.
May I send some of my crew down to learn more about you?
Since our deception is discovered, I suppose there is no harm in letting a small number of off-worlders visit. But there must be no Garidians in the party. They have not yet earned our trust.
That's fair.
I agree to your terms, Chancellor. I shall send my first officer, Commander Riker, as my personal representative.
Good, Captain. It is always gratifying to deal with a man of reason. I will transmit the landing coordinates to your computer.
Thank you. Number one, this is an extremely important first contact situation. I want you to lead the away team. See if you can locate the fifth scroll for our Garidian passengers.
Yes, sir.
We're taking phasers and a science tricorder. We're also taking Data, LaForge, and Troy.
Beam down coordinates selected.
Okay.
May the Lawgiver's spirit smile on you. I am Chancellor Larac. Welcome to Phrygius.
Thank you. Oh, you're just gonna walk over on your own, okay?
Thank you for letting us beam down. I'm Commander William Riker of the Starship Enterprise.
Except for Aramut, we have not had outworld visitors since the Lawgiver brought us here. I have thousands of questions to ask, but I will do it at another time. How can I help you, Commander Riker?
We're looking for, yeah.
We're looking for information about the fifth scroll your Lawgiver brought here with him.
Why are you aliens interested in our scroll?
It may be the only way to prevent a civil war back on Garrod. Can you help us?
I am afraid not. I am only in charge of the civil government. That is a religious matter, so you must ask the leaders of the sects for help.
Okay. Only been 1,000 years.
It's only been 1,000 years since the Lawgiver left Garrod. Has your religion had such serious splits in so short a time?
Sadly, yes. Even before the Lawgiver's death, his disciples began to disagree over the way his writings should be interpreted. They each made a copy of the fifth scroll that emphasized their own particular biases over all the others.
That must have been confusing.
It was worse than that. The Lawgiver became disgusted with them and hid his original manuscript, vowing that no one would find it until the sects learned to cooperate.
From the way you're talking, I guess they never have.
An accurate appraisal. The Lawgiver said he left the keys to the scroll's location with each of the sects. But so far, after centuries of feuding, all the sects have done is formalize their competition into the Declaratory.
The what now?
The Declaratory?
Yes, a series of philosophical contests the sects hold every decade. The winner has the right to collect some prize from the loser.
What are these pyramids?
Kind of, yeah.
The pyramids are relics of an ancient race called the Chodak. They were here long before we arrived from Garrod. Each sect adapted a pyramid to serve as a transporter to their temple.
Right, so again, another connection with the Chodak. I get the feeling that the Chodak and the Garidians may be more tightly connected than they realize.
We've heard of the Chodak, but it's rare to find evidence of their presence in this section of the galaxy.
Oh yes, the Chodak Empire was vast indeed. Like the Lawgiver before me, I have made extensive studies of their culture. I am actually considered something of an expert in the translation of Chodak runes.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sounds like they're like, oh, hey, so you remember this from history? Yeah, what if that just went fucking haywire?
Well, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
I must return to my other duties now, but I will monitor your progress as my schedule permits. May the spirit of the Lawgiver guide your steps.
Okay, did you have to go into T-pose for that?
This pyramid's 900,000 years old.
Readings would tend to indicate this building.
Yeah, okay. Jordy, you've got...
It's really strange to see an ancient building like this combined with such a high level of technology.
All right, well, let's go in. So this is a transporter to one of the sects.
May the wisdom of the Lawgiver ring sweetly in your ears. I am Songmaster Stamblier, leader of the Chanters. Chancellor Larac told me to expect you. How may I help you?
That's fair, Ras, but then again, there's very few things that you wouldn't make a D&D campaign out of.
I'm Commander Riker of the Federation Starship Enterprise. Can you help us find the original 5th scroll?
What is wrong with the copy our sect has?
We need the original for historical research purposes.
Oh, I see. I do not think I can help you. Our sect has lost so many items in the declaratory that I doubt we would be very good treasure hunters. But some of our chants go back for centuries, even to the days of the Lawgiver. Would you like to hear one?
Did it? I didn't notice that. Gamers, that's odd.
That's a very generous offer. I would love to hear your Pluvoids sing.
We are happy to oblige. This chant is called The Futility of Wisdom.
I mean, this game isn't bad so far. It's got some quirks to it.
Thank you for letting us hear that. It was very enlightening.
Yeah, the writing on it is a little hit and miss. I mean, it's not bad writing, but I think my biggest complaint is, number one, the slowness of everybody's walking and how, and how far they have to walk at times. That and how quickly, one of the crew is going to step up, one of the away team's going to step up and be like, oh, hey, how about we try this? It's like in the last planet we were at, we had to send out these platforms to go and collect samples, and it'd be like, it was on its way out to collect a sample. Morph was like, maybe we should use those to collect samples. It's like, that's what we're doing. And then it's on its way back. He said it again. I'm like, seriously, that's what we're fucking doing. It's on its way back with a sample. Can you just give me, give it time to do its thing? Well, maybe if they actually told us what the controls do, I would have. But it doesn't give me that. It doesn't tell me that. So,
Since you enjoyed it so much, I shall give you an orchestrion
Guess
that
what?
will let you listen
A
to
digital
it
copy
whenever
doesn't come
you
with a
wish.
manual.
And
Sorry.
feel free to visit us anytime. May the songs of the Lawgiver bring you fulfillment.
Yeah, digital copy doesn't come with an easily readable manual. That's kind of one of those things that needs to be part of the game so that you can be like, hey, what are the controls? Like that's something that they've improved on in games since the mid-90s, thankfully. Because my God, yeah, it's like, you know, you should be able to tell. It should be able to tell you what the controls do within the game. Now, I think we'll probably wind up finishing this up tonight, honestly. Let's see here. What is this place?
What is this place?
This is the practice hall of the Choir of Holy Intonations. Here we grow the pluvoids and perfect their chants.
I think this was a copy I got from abandonware.com, I think it was. Like the only place that I could find it.
Seem to be some form of plant life. Do they actually understand what they're singing?
Not really, but they have beautiful tonal quality. That is important for holy chants.
Right.
Why do you call yourselves the Chanters?
Maybe because they chant?
Our founder, Ifnik, believed the path to true enlightenment lies in singing. We grow these pluvoids and train them to sing holy songs. By focusing so deeply on the eternal mysteries, we gain a clearer insight into the nature of religion and salvation.
Okay. Your instrument seems to be broken. What's wrong with it?
Your instrument seems to be broken. What's wrong with it?
Oh, we lost its sonic redigitizer to those discordant seekers in the declaratory many years ago.
Why is there one hole that doesn't have a gold ring around it?
Oh, we lost that ring to those discordant seekers in the declaratory many years ago.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, so we do now have what is this? An orchestration. Okay. Right. Okay, so we have a desert and a pyramid up there and volcanoes. So yeah, I'm actually surprised that they put something like that in here, because it's like back in the 90s, it was like, no, you know, if you didn't have a speed control, you just dealt with walking at whatever rate they decide to give you. All right, what is this?
I guess things can grow in this desert after all.
Okay, but what is it?
It's a pretty sturdy plant.
Right. Is it something that we should... I'm not going to worry about it.
May the Lawgiver's spirit grant you wisdom. I am Arch-Rashan Nacho.
Oh,
Chief
that's
Assistant
nice.
to His Exalted Prominence, Elant of the Seekers. Chancellor Larak told me to expect you. How may I be of service?
Maybe stop trying to talk like Skeletor or Cobra Commander, like the heavy S is unneeded. And hi.
I'm Commander Riker of the Federation Starship Enterprise. Can you help us find the original fifth scroll?
I can let you see the true copy made by Baranam, our sect's founder.
No. I need the original without your special notations and shit.
We're doing this for historical research. I'm sure you understand that no matter how good your copy is, we need to check the original for authenticity.
I am afraid I cannot help you. The original was hidden by the Lawgiver many centuries ago, and I do not know where it is.
Right. So why are you called Seekers?
Why is your group called the Seekers?
Our founder, Baranam, believed that the path to enlightenment lies in searching for the truth. We are humble in our ignorance. Only the truth will free our souls.
Yeah, the heavy emphasis on the S's is a little distracting.
What is this place?
It has many names. It is usually called the Hall of Triumph, but recently some have called it the Path of No Return.
Why?
Why is this normally called the Hall of Triumph?
Our sect has been understandably successful in the declaratory contest. This is where we keep the prizes we have won, safe in our vault.
Right. Why is it? Yeah.
When did this start being called the Path of No Return?
More than a month ago, our leader Ollamh vanished through the door of enlightenment. He has not returned.
What is this door of enlightenment you mentioned?
At the end of this path is a door no one has ever opened. No one before Ollamh, that is.
Why hasn't anyone opened this door before?
There is a gatekeeper who jealously guards the doorway. He asks a series of questions when anyone tries to pass it. And if the person does not answer all the questions appropriately, the gatekeeper will not let him pass.
Right. Okay.
Isn't it possible that the original fifth scroll might be hidden on the other side of the door of enlightenment?
I mean, it's possible.
I suppose so. But why should we risk our safety when we have the true copy of the scroll anyway?
Right, because you don't.
What is the gatekeeper like?
It is a very advanced device with strange, almost telepathic powers. Some say it is holdover Chodak technology, and others say the Lawgiver had something to do with it.
Lovely.
Thank you. It pleases us.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Well, let's save here. Let's do a save here. All right. Mission 3, I'm guessing. And let's come up here and ooh, yeah, that is not a normal. Wait. What was up with that? Hang on a moment. We want to go back real quick. We want to go back. Yep. There we go. What is this?
This is probably the safe.
Probably. Can you tell
it's
what's
locked? We'd need the key to open it.
Right. That's normally how safes and vaults work. All right. Yeah, that doesn't look normal, does it?
It would take considerable time to adequately analyze this electronic system.
Right, okay. Hello? Oh, hi.
Come no closer. I am the gatekeeper of the Door of Enlightenment. You must answer my questions appropriately to determine whether you are wise enough to proceed. Those who answer inappropriately will be punished if they attempt to pass.
Okay.
Ask me your questions.
Ask me your questions, Bridgekeeper. I'm not afraid.
Who was the Lawgiver?
He wrote the 5 scrolls that govern... Well, did he write them or did he bring them? He led the followers to this world and founded this colony, kind of. He's a great social philosopher whose ideas formed the cornerstone of the Garidian culture. I heard that he was a great man, but I have no... I mean, I've heard all of this stuff about him, but I don't know personally, so... somebody who is truly wise would be like, this is what I've heard, but I'm not sure.
I've heard that he was a great man, but I have no personal knowledge of him.
You are stating that you know that you do not know.
Yes.
Which of the sects has correctly interpreted the 5th scroll?
I don't have enough facts to answer that question. The speakers, the chanters, the questioners, they all have correct... I mean... none of them have the correct interpretation, but all of them do. Like, an interpretation, it would be, like, a personal interpretation. Like, some of them got one part right, some of them got another part right, that type of thing.
They all have the correct interpretation.
You are wrong to see conformity where there is... Why are you here?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. Our
Garidian path.
Your motives are deeper than... Your answers are inappropriate.
Okay, can I try that again, sir? Sir?
Ask me your question.
How can the sects be made to cooperate?
Okay, I have no idea. We're just gonna claim complete and utter ignorance.
I have no idea. That would take a better diplomat than me.
You appreciate the complexities of the situation. What is the central principle of the 5th scroll?
Everybody seems to have a different opinion. I don't know.
Everybody seems to have a different interpretation. I'm not sure what to believe.
Knowing what not to believe often eliminates confusion. How does a person reach enlightenment?
I don't know. Does Riker look enlightened to you? Does he look like he is like this all-knowing wise person?
I don't know.
You are saying you have no knowledge of that which cannot be known. Who are you?
Ignorance.
Everyone plays so many roles in life. It is impossible to label them.
I mean, he does want philosophy.
You understand the fundamental paradox of existence. To know that you know nothing is the beginning of enlightenment. Your answers prove that you are ready to admit this. You may pass through the door.
So unlike the bridge keeper in, Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail, this one, ignorance and saying you don't know is the best option. Got it. All right, everybody everybody mind the gap. We don't want any twisted ankles or anything like that. Okay.
Somebody's trapped in there.
Data, can you give me any more information?
There is someone being held motionless.
Right, okay. How about we scan it?
This stasis field stops the effects of time on any object within it. A living being is trapped inside it.
Okay. Here.
That won't work. I'm getting no sensory impressions from the person trapped in there.
Okay. Fine. Jordy, can you take a look at the panel and give us some information as to how this works?
It's a control panel, but I'd have to take it apart and trace it to tell you what it does.
Can you not use the scanner?
This is incredible. To find the panel operational after all this time. This must be an unknown language if the universal translator doesn't read it.
Right, okay. So, yeah, there's somebody trapped in a stasis field. Fantastic. We have no idea what the sign even means. It may simply just say, hey, don't touch shit. Right? All right, Data, maybe you can give us some better information.
It is reasonable to assume that these controls will operate the stasis field.
Right, okay.
Interesting. This is written in a language with which I am unfamiliar. Given the premise that the Chodak once inhabited this world, it is possible that this could be a sample of Chodak writing.
I don't think Riker's can have any more information.
It's some kind of sign. I'm willing to bet that panel will let us turn off the stasis field.
Probably?
The leaders of the various sects may have information that could give us clues to the Fifth Scroll's location. I suggest we learn as much from them as possible.
Right, okay. So we need to find some way of reading their information. All right. So I found out what happened to your dude. He is currently being held in a stasis field. He got wait, where did old boy to go? Where did our boy go? Hello? Did everybody just decide to up and leave? Oh good, you're back. I would like to talk to you about something.
May the spirit of the Lawgiver strengthen you. Have you had much success in your search?
We found Ollamh, but he was trapped inside some sort of stasis field. Have you ever encountered anything like that?
Thank the Lawgiver you found him. I was worried about my old friend. No, I have not heard of such a field, but it is probably Chodak in origin. We still find many Chodak devices here, and they are often operational, even after all these years.
Yeah?
Can you help us free Ollamh?
Without knowing how to operate the device, I have no way to assist you.
There was a control panel with a sign near it, but we couldn't translate the writing.
The Lawgiver made a great study of the ruins and developed a Chodak Garidian translator. I will upload it into your tricorder. Perhaps it will help you save Alant.
In theory, yeah.
Thank you very much. This may be an enormous help.
Alant is my friend. I do hope you can free him. But if you will please excuse me now, I have a planet to govern.
Right. Do your little T-pose and get the fuck out of here. Alright, so we're good to go back and be like, hey, what's the dealio here?
That was something I wasn't expecting. They're doing just fine.
Great. All right, so now we should be good to use the tricorder to decipher that, right? Let's use data on this, because that just makes sense.
These instructions explain how to operate the control panel. It will not be hard to deactivate the stasis field now.
Great!
By the Lawgiver's wisdom, what is happening here?
Well, give me a moment to get around to you.
I'm Commander William Riker of the Starship Enterprise, representing the United Federation of Planets. We're visiting Phrygia by permission of Chancellor Larac. I presume you are Alant, exalted prominence of the Seekers.
I am indeed. This is all most peculiar, but according to my studies, the Lawgiver expected us to have off-world visitors this year, so I should not be so surprised.
Really? He predicted this.
How could the Lawgiver foretell our coming in this particular year?
He was a prophet. Prophets are supposed to foretell things.
Are you feeling all right?
Thank you for your concern. I am feeling a little dizzy, but I think it will pass.
Can you help us find the original fifth scroll?
I wish I could. I came here looking for it. Why are you strangers so interested in it?
There's a civil war brewing on Garrod. Having the original scroll may help some Garidian friends of ours prevent it.
That sounds like a noble goal. Even though we have been exiles here for many generations, we still care about our home world. May the Lawgiver's wisdom help bring peace to Garrod.
What is this place?
I scarcely know myself. I only came through that door a few minutes ago, and I've not had much chance to look around. I suspect this is a room built by the Chodak, the original inhabitants of this world. Their ruins are all around us.
I know it seems like you were here only a few minutes, but it was much longer. You've been trapped in a stasis field. Time actually stopped for you.
I see. It was a rather disorienting experience.
Yeah, that'll happen when time stops for you, specifically.
Do you remember what happened?
When I entered the room, I saw a pair of talismans sitting on that rock. I climbed down to get them, but as soon as I touched them, alarms sounded and I just lost consciousness. Then you were here when I awoke.
You've been in stasis over a month from what your assistant Natural told us.
Natural? That devious Dromefex is probably plotting some way to take over my position. I must return to the temple as quickly as possible. How can I thank you for rescuing me from that stasis field?
Those amulets would be nice.
Thank you for your generosity, but a reward isn't necessary.
But don't say that. Riker, you
The
idiot.
customs of my sect compel me to show my gratitude. Here are the talismans I picked up, as well as the key to our vault, which holds the trophies we have won in the declaratory over the years. You may take up to 3 items to help you in your mission.
Okay, great.
Thank you. We'll try to use your gifts wisely.
Please excuse me. The effects of the stasis field have worn me out. I will rest here a while and then return to my temple. I'm sure I must have been missed.
Well, we hope. Okay, so if we take Troy, who's right over here, and tell her to just walk. Yeah, see, that's the way to do it. All right. So we can take 3 things out of that, and we know we need the gold ring. We need a gold ring, and we also need their like something rather for their stuff here, their stuff. All right, let's go up to this pyramid and see what we need to get from this, for what this group is and what they need. Hello.
I am Media, the Gynarch of the Questers for Inner Strength. Chancellor Lawgiver warned me about you.
Warned you?
I'm Commander William Riker. Can you help us find the original 5th scroll?
My people have always looked inside themselves for their strength. We have never cared for external things to aid our spiritual quest.
What is this place?
This is the Grand Penatorium, where my subjects meet to become more disciplined and more firm-willed.
Your regimen sounds quite difficult.
It is. Only the most dedicated can accomplish the regime. What about you? You would be a good candidate for discipline, if only I still had my scepter of light.
Your scepter of light, you say?
Why do you call yourselves the Questers for Inner Strength?
Our founder, Plagu, believed that the outer body must suffer to make the inner soul stronger. Only by learning to deny the sensations of our outer bodies can we make our spirits free.
Oh, you are talking to the wrong man to join you, because Riker is not about to give up the sensations of his outer body.
Why don't you still have your scepter of light?
Those horrendous seekers took it from me during the last declaratory. I would give anything for it. We are planning revenge next time.
Why do you have a force field inside your temple?
There is a Chodak transporter pad behind it that the Lawgiver frequently used during the last years of his life. We want to preserve it from prying eyes.
Well, that's probably leads to where he hid the fucking scroll, you dumb twat.
Maybe the original 5th scroll is back there. May we investigate it?
Oh, you're just not gonna say your line? I have no desire to share my temple's treasures with aliens.
Lovely temple you have here.
Thank you. It stimulates our contemplations.
Thank you for your time.
You certainly wasted enough of it.
Rude! Alright, so she's looking for her scepter. We're looking for a scepter, a gold ring, and something that would fit into their little thing. All right, so now we kind of know what we're looking for here, at least a little bit. I'm assuming this is this is the key. All right, so let's see here. So gold ring. Okay. Let's see here. We need. This looks like a harmonizer or like a tuning fork almost. So we'll get that. And we should probably save. And I'm going to say this staff.
I don't think that...
All right, so let's head back out and deal with these guys. So we should be able to. Oh wow, that is a quickly. That went from seeds to tentacles real quick. So the chanters need their.
You returned the missing ring. In your honor, we shall sing our loveliest chant. Watch your step.
That's a little odd.
Thank you for letting us hear that. It was very enlightening.
Since you enjoyed it so much, here is an orchestrion of it that you can play whenever you want.
Okay. We also have...
I don't have the technical background to...
This might work in our instrument, but I feel...
All right. Jordy, do you? I mean, we got to give him something to do, right?
I think this will fix it.
You repaired our instrument. In your honor, I shall play the Lawgiver's song, Traveling Music.
Right, okay. That's... Oh, you...
Thanks for letting us hear that. It was very enlightening.
Since you enjoyed it so much.
Great. Okay, so... Right, so now we can go and... So now we've got a couple of... We've got a couple of songs here, which is great. Okay, so now we've got 3 songs, which I get the feeling may be kind of triggers for stuff. So... The questers want their staff back.
My scepter of light! Oh, thank you. I have been missing this for ages. What favor can I do for you in return?
I thought you were supposed to, like, not react to the sensations of your outer body, but man, that sounded like she was way too happy to get her staff back.
What's behind this force field?
An ancient Chodak transporter pad.
Right.
Will you lower the force field?
Yes, I will do that for you. But I do not think it will be much help, since we have never figured out how the Lawgiver's transporter works.
Right. But I have a secret. I have...
This orchestrion plays traveling music.
Ha-ha! It does what it... Oh, hello. Oh. Okay.
It looks pretty similar to the kind Stambler gave us.
Right. So
it looks pretty similar to the kind Stambler.
2.
It looks pretty similar.
Okay, so... I'm thinking we should probably save here. I'm thinking we should save, because this is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, so... Wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got here.
This orchestrion plays Watch Your Step.
Right, okay.
I haven't seen push buttons like this in a long time.
The chamber itself dates back to the era of the Chodak, but the touchpad is far more modern. It is far more likely that it was added on by the Lawgiver and his followers.
Okay.
I do not believe that will work. I do not believe that will...
This one
This
is...
orchestrion plays the futility of... I see no way of... I see no way... I see no... I see no way...
All right. This is...
It looks pretty similar.
Okay. All right.
It didn't work. From what I've seen of Chodak technology here, they didn't use push buttons like this.
Right, okay. So...
It's a large oval niche in the door.
Okay. Okay, so question is how do we get the floor? Aha! Okay, so boom, we've got that. Okay, so now we've got a... Well, now... Oh, okay. So we might be able to get over to... We might be able to get over to that one if we say start off with this. To watch your step. Alright, so LaForge, come up here. Now play this one. Okay, so now we've got that one. Okay. So now the question is where is gonna be the safe space for this one? Okay, so it's right back down to there. Okay. All right. No problem, no problem. That's why we saved. So it's no. So you need to come down to here. And then play one covered. Yes. And you will take us up to here. Which then, if I remember right, 4 spans those two. Yes. Okay. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Let's... Ooh. I didn't mean that far over, but okay. So now if we say boom. Nope. Okay. All right. Okay. So we know that we need to... No, god damn it. Not Riker. LaForge. Come to here. Now, play number 4. No, it was number 1 that we needed. It was it was the number 1 that we needed. Ah, goddamn it. I forgot about that. Okay. So, alright. Go to the forge. Come down to here. God damn it. Alright, fine. Everybody, get the fuck out the way. Right, so you right there. Now, the one we just picked up was 1. You will take us up to here. And then if we say play number 4, that will get us this one. All right. Let's save. Okay. So now we've got that. If we come back to here, this is where number 1 should keep us there. Yes. Okay. So. Okay, so we can come down to... Alright, let me save real quick. Because our new one, which has 2, but they're in a hut, that one opens up... Okay, that one's right there. So it's 1 over... Okay, 1 over and... Okay. I think I got it. We need to go 1 over. Oh, God damn it. Not you, Riker. Fucking... Not everything's about you, Riker. Ugh. All right, so now if we say... You... Oh, I would... Okay. So 1 over and 1 down. No problem. So we want you on this one right here. Now if we say number 2. All right, so now we have them all. Fantastic. Okay, so you keep that one up top. Okay, so if we get back to here, all right. I think I see how we need to do this. So if we come back, no, Riker, not you. God damn, dude. So if we come back to here, and we say, play number 4. No? Doesn't number 4, oh no, number 4, okay. We need to do number 1, I think. All right. No, Riker, not you. Okay, so we come here. We play this one. Yes. So now we come up here. And if we play number 4... Now if we come over to here. And we play this one. Now, so it looks like we are as close to that door as we're going to get. All right. So everything else is blue here. Let's do something smart here. Let's save.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Okay, so we okay. Ah, okay, there we go. Now we should be able to put everything in. Okay. See? It's not that hard. It's all about finding there's one pad per song, or there's one or two pads per song that overlap, and you need to find that overlapping one so that as it changes you don't drop. All right. I can see how that would be extremely annoying, especially the first time round without, like, you know, without having as many puzzle games under your belt. Like, yeah. All right. So, we that looks like the scroll.
Looks to me like a manuscript.
Analysis of the ink and parchment shows it is the right age to be the original fifth scroll.
Great.
The pipe contains a mixture of 43% krypton, 14% argon, 9% neon, and smaller percentages of at least a dozen other gases.
Okay. Well, let's go get that manuscript then.
That flashing light could mean trouble. We'd better get the scroll back to the ship so Debak can authenticate it.
Yep. And hope we haven't just, like...
Beam us up.
Captain's log supplemental. We have successfully retrieved the Garidian's fifth scroll, and Tabak has verified the manuscript's authenticity. Lucana assures me the mere existence of this scroll may radically alter the structure of Garidian society.
I am glad you found the original scroll, Captain. I hope it will do some good on Garrod. Keeping it here would only upset the delicate balance between the sects.
Thank you for your generosity. Would you be willing to let the Federation send an archaeological research team to Frigis? Your world has the finest collection of Chodak ruins in known space.
Would we be permitted to share in any Chodak secrets they uncover?
I don't see why not. They're yours.
Of course, the Federation believes in freely distributing scientific knowledge. In fact, we would be honored if your scientists would join our efforts.
Then we agree, Captain. Send us your archaeologists.
All right,
Captain,
cool.
Lucana is on the comm. She wishes to speak to you.
Put her on.
The oppressed masses of Garrod offer their gratitude for your assistance, Captain. Garidian society will soon be transformed. We must now make plans to return the scroll to Garrod.
Captain, a Garidian warbird is decloaking off the port bow. It is the Asurum, Captain Pintara's ship. They are hailing us.
Right. Okay.
On screen.
Thank you for leading us here, Captain Picard. The ruling council has wondered for centuries where these people ran off to.
You have no business here, Captain Pentara. We are in Federation space and this world has asked for our protection. I intend to give it to them.
This is no longer a matter of a little scout ship, Captain. A subspace message was sent from your ship to the Garidian rebels. A full-scale revolution has erupted on Garrett.
We sent no messages.
I suspect it was that revolutionary Lucana. She delights in stirring up trouble. Surrender her, end her companions at once, or face the consequences.
Captain, the Aserum is powering up.
Shields up.
Captain Pentara, anyone who has been sending unauthorized subspace messages from my ship will be dealt with severely. I do not tolerate that sort of behavior.
You may have a few minutes to investigate, but I'm still not leaving without those people.
Okay.
Mr. Worf, get me Lucana on the comm.
What do you want, Captain?
Are you responsible for a subspace message being sent to Garrett?
Yes, I brought a subspace microtransceiver with me. Now that we have the fifth scroll, our revolution is fully justified. Garidian society must change.
You are playing games with thousands of lives and risking an interstellar incident.
Freedom for my people is worth any price, Captain.
Lucana.
Your mother is as reactionary as the Council.
She is a woman of honor. She would keep her word even to you, someone she hates.
If she can get the Council to listen, it might be worth the gamble.
Captain, can you patch me through to my mother's ship?
Make it so, Mr. Worf.
Mother, there is no need to fight. We have the fifth scroll.
The fifth scroll is a myth.
No, I've seen it and Tabak has verified it. This will change our world forever.
Do you realize what this means? The ruling council has not been truthful with us for generations. The people will demand revenge.
If you give us safe passage back to Garrett and convince the council to hear Lucana's message, she will return with the fifth scroll and stop the rebellion.
Very well. Captain Picard, I will power down my disruptors so you can lower your shields and let me beam Tabak, Avakar, and Lucana to my ship. Perhaps our paths will cross again.
Under better circumstances, I hope.
Sir, the Warbird is disarming its weapons.
Lower shields.
Captain, the Garidians have beamed aboard the Aserum. They are underway. On course back to Garrett.
Good. I'm guessing we're moving on to mission 4 then.
What are your orders, Captain?
Okay. I guess we should just keep patrolling.
Set course for the Ruinor sector and...
Yes, sir.
Engage.
Admiral Williams here. What can I do for you, Captain?
What's your...
Starfleet Command is very pleased with your first contact mission to the Garidian colony on Frigis. However, the subsequent discovery of the fifth scroll will have profound effects on Garrett.
Well, yeah.
I commend you on your handling of the Garidian refugee problem. Tabak, Lucana, and Avakar have returned home aboard the Garidian warbird Aserum. Their intrusion into Federation space has been handled through diplomatic channels.
Good.
Shall I go on?
No, thank you. I'd like to...
Of course. Starfleet Command is still considering the options. While we review the situation, the Enterprise is to remain on patrol.
All right.
Picard out.
So, yeah. Oh, okay. Neutral zone. Outpost Gamma 1-5. I don't like the looks of this.
Captain, we are receiving an emergency transmission from Starfleet headquarters.
That looked bad.
On screen.
Attention all Federation vessels. This is a Priority 1 alert. A Romulan fleet has crossed the neutral zone into Federation space. All civilian ships are advised to avoid sectors along the border. A state of war now exists between the Federation and the Romulan Empire.
Great.
Entering Federation space.
Okay.
There is no response, sir.
Maybe the comm relays are malfunctioning.
See if you can raise any of the local Federation outposts.
Aye, sir. I will try manually routing the transmission.
I don't like the idea of an active... Okay, come on. Hurry up, Worf, please. Worf?
Captain, I have established communication with
Thank
Admiral
God.
Redrick.
Okay. Whew.
On screen.
Captain Picard, I'm surprised you managed to get through. The Romulans have disrupted communications through half the sector.
We received the invasion alert. What's the situation?
Our information is still sketchy, but we know the Romulans destroyed Outpost Gamma 1-5. It looks like the spearhead of their fleet is in the Goldur sector.
The Enterprise is at your disposal, sir.
Good. Then I want you to proceed to the Goldur Delta system and report to Commander Chan at Outpost 543. She's coordinating our defenses in that area. I'll inform Admiral Williams as soon as we restore communications.
Admiral, if we encounter the Romulans...
You're free to engage, but don't pick a fight you can't win, Jean-Luc. We can't afford to lose the Enterprise. Good luck.
Thanks.
And to you, sir. I'm afraid we're all going to need it. Picard out. Lay in a course for the Goldur Delta system. Maximum warp. Engage.
The maximum warp is 9.4. All right. I get the feeling that this is a little hinky. So we are 15.6 light years. 11.8. 7.9. 4.2, and
Helm,
we're here.
Standard orbit.
All right, Commander Chan.
Greetings, Captain. I can't tell you how glad we are to see the Enterprise.
Well, you know, that's kind of what everybody says.
We're happy to assist. What can you tell us about the invasion?
The first wave seems to have passed through the sector already. There were dozens of warbirds. We thought we were done for, but they just kept going.
They didn't even attempt to attack?
No. It looks like they were headed for the Zatarnus Nebula. We don't know why.
Are there any other ships in the area?
The USS Ayres came through a few hours ago, but they headed off to intercept a group of warbirds. The Klingons have promised to send us support, but we've just detected some incoming warbirds. They're headed for COM Relay 543 in the Pax Sonoma system. Captain, we can't afford to lose another comm station.
Okay. I mean, we're okay about.
We're on our way. Engage.
All right, so set course. Head out there. I want to go ahead and save with Mission 4 Mark II. Oh, come on.
Captain, 3 warbirds are entering the system.
Right.
They are not cloaked.
Red alert! Shields up!
I don't understand it. They're not even attempting to hide.
Could it be some kind of trick?
Prepare to engage, Mr. Worf.
Captain, the Romulans are changing course. They are retreating.
Yeah, let's...
Then it appears we've done our job. Let them go, Mr. Worf.
Yeah, three warbirds against the Enterprise would be a tough fight.
What do you have to report, Captain?
The relay station has been secured. The Romulans were not in the mood to fight.
Good work, Captain. But I'm afraid I have some disturbing news. We've lost contact with the USS Ayres, somewhere in the Barrymar system.
Another Romulan attack?
Possibly. In his last report, Captain Ward said he'd encountered and destroyed several warbirds. Apparently, they weren't using their cloaking devices and were badly underarmed.
Now that's curious. Now, but then we did hear that there was supposed to be like a new power source that they were playing with that made them the ships more powerful, but their weapons and their cloaking weren't as good.
We heard rumors that the Romulans had refitted a number of warbirds, but why would they purposely weaken their battleships before an invasion?
Are these even actually warbirds, or are they like some kind of a chameleon?
Maybe you'll find the answer to that when you find the heirs.
We'll do our best, Commander. Picard out. Set course for the Barrymar system. Maximum warp. Engage.
I do appreciate how they show that the difference between warp 9 and 9.4 is a drastic uptick. It's not merely going a little bit faster, it's going a lot faster. All right. Basically, it's saying, hey, it's a multiple, but you're multiplying from a high rate to start with, so that multiple is going to climb.
Sensors are picking up
high.
debris and radiation consistent with the destruction of an Ambassador-class vessel.
Oh, great.
The heirs.
Are there any signs of survivors?
No, sir.
Captain, Romulan warbird decloaking to starboard.
Evasive maneuvers.
A Romulan warbird is on sensors.
The ship
Locking
is
weapons.
decloaking.
Torpedo away. Torpedo locked. Direct hit.
Fire.
Attention, Romulan vessel. This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise.
I am Tiralak, commander of the Imperial warbird Psionex.
Your ship is crippled, Tiralak. I'm offering to beam you and your crew aboard the Enterprise. You will be well treated.
No doubt. Unfortunately, we will not be able to accept your generous offer.
Captain, energy emissions from the Psionex are rapidly increasing. I believe they have activated their self-destruct system.
Helm, back us off. I don't want us anywhere near that ship when it goes.
Why?
Why did your ships cross the neutral zone, Tiralak? Surely you knew that you would be intercepted.
Of course we did.
Then what was the purpose? There was nothing to be gained from this.
We gained far more than you realize.
Mr. Data, lock onto Commander Tiralak. Beam him aboard now.
Yes, sir.
Too late, Picard. Too late for all of you.
Direct hit. The enemy has engaged its self-destruct sequence.
Right.
The Romulan warbird has been destroyed.
What do you have to report, Captain?
Shit is getting fucked up here.
The Airs was lost with all hands. We engaged and defeated a warbird, but unfortunately, the Romulans destroyed themselves to avoid capture.
The Romulans have a strange conception of honor. Well, there's no time to dwell on that. I have another assignment for you.
We're in need of some repairs.
There's no time. We've just received a communication from a Klingon attack cruiser in the Bela system. They reported engaging 3 warbirds headed for this outpost. Give the Klingons any assistance they need, and make sure those warbirds don't get through.
We're on our way. Laying a course for the ballast system, Warp 9.
Sensors are picking up a vessel.
Okay. Oh, good grief.
Evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
Engage.
Go to red alert.
A Romulan warbird is on sensors.
The
We
ship
are
is
being
decloaking.
hailed. Locking weapons.
Do you need a moment, Captain? I understand you humans need to pray.
You know as well as I that our ships are evenly matched. A fight is in nobody's best interest.
I am very much interested in a fight, Captain. The destruction of the Enterprise will be a great boost to my career.
Fire.
Direct hit.
Fire.
Enemy ship is firing. We are being hailed.
Savor your victory while you can, Captain. You will find it short-lived.
The enemy has engaged its self-destruct sequence.
Targeting Romulan warbird.
Right, okay.
The Romulan warbird has been destroyed.
Okay, we haven't even gotten to our destination. Like, they're just like occasionally just popping up at random. Jesus, this part is a little hinky. This is a little weird.
We are receiving a message from Captain Kidra of the Bortas.
The Bortas was one of the first Klingon ships to offer assistance when the Romulan invasion began.
Captain Kidra fought with me against the Duras. He is a warrior of great courage.
Put him on screen. Greetings, Captain. This is Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise.
Captain Picard, it is an honor.
The honor is mine. Lieutenant Worf speaks very highly of you.
As well he should. We crushed many enemies together. Well, I bear good news, Captain. We have saved one of your communication relays from a Romulan attack.
Then we are in your debt. Do you require any assistance with your ship or crew?
None whatsoever. We were completely unscathed.
Yeah, that doesn't strike you as odd.
And, Captain, we captured a warbird and many prisoners. It was a truly glorious victory.
Really?
You captured a Romulan warbird without any resistance?
They had little to resist us with. When we boarded their ship, we found that it had been severely modified, stripped of most weapons and many other systems as well.
Why would they purposely make themselves so vulnerable?
The modifications nearly doubled their engine power. It seems they were willing to sacrifice weapons for speed.
Captain, such modifications would have placed extreme stresses on the warbird's hull. It would not have survived an...
Maybe they never expected to survive. Maybe they were on a suicide mission.
But a suicide mission for what?
During our interrogations, the prisoners mentioned a weapon of some kind. Perhaps that is what they were seeking.
Huh. Yeah, that does make sense.
We appreciate your help, Kidra. Thank you. Kapla.
Success to you as well, Picard. Good hunting.
Captain, what do you have to report?
The Bortas chased off the warbirds.
One Klingon ship chased off 3 warbirds?
Not only that, it disabled and captured one of them.
I think I'll send Captain Kidra a bottle of Saurian brandy along with my thanks.
He certainly earned it. According to his prisoners, the Romulans are not interested in invading the Federation, at least not yet. Apparently they're heading for the Zetanis Nebula.
That nebula has no strategic value. What are they looking for?
Some kind of a weapon, apparently.
We believe they're seeking an ancient weapon built by the Chodak.
Right, the one that we saw that went after that was draining power from the outpost we went to.
The Chodak? I've heard the stories. Some kind of star-eating superweapon hidden in the nebula. But they're just stories. The Romulans wouldn't risk war over a myth.
But the Romulans never do anything without considering all the consequences. Perhaps there's more truth to these stories than we realized.
All right, Captain. A pair of Klingon attack cruisers have just arrived in the sector to support us. I think we can manage without you. If you want to investigate this Chodak weapon further, you're free.
Thank you, Commander. I intend to get to the bottom of this.
Right, so I'm guessing, well, we know one place where there's working Chodak stuff.
Sir, we are receiving a signal from Starfleet. It is Admiral Williams.
On screen. Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
Captain, Commander Chan notified us of your findings. Your suspicions that this was not a full-scale invasion appear to be correct. The Romulan incursion appears to be limited to the sectors between the neutral zone and the Zatarnus Nebula.
We must find out what they're really after.
Agreed. The recurring thread through all this seems to be the Chodak. Do you have any ideas where to begin?
Most of the surviving Chodak ruins are in Romulan space. However, we recently discovered a new site on Frigis. There's also a Vulcan archaeologist, Shaynok, who's an expert on the Chodak. I'll attempt to contact him as well.
All right, Captain. Good luck. Williams out.
What could the Romulans be up to?
They are not eager to fight. Their actions seem somewhat desperate.
I'm beginning to wonder if this really is an invasion after all.
We've already established that it isn't, Troy. Try to keep up.
According to the information provided by Captain Kedra, the modifications to the warbirds will render the ships unusable within a few weeks. That would seem inconsistent with the needs of a long-term occupational force.
But they made those modifications for a reason. Speed. It looks like they're trying to get to the Zatarnus Nebula as fast as they can.
Agreed. The question is, why?
What are your orders, Captain?
All right. See, I could see them going after this. I'm thinking we should probably start off with Shonoisho Epsilon 6. That is where there is active...
Laying a course for Shonoisho Epsilon 6, Warp 5.
Stuff.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
Also, it is a place that does not have the promise to protect. Like, we personally promise to protect.
Captain, an urgent message is coming in from Chancellor...
On screen.
Captain Picard, a Romulan warbird has invaded our system. You promised to...
Right. Bump it up to... I'm sorry. I told you to do...
Warp engines unable to sustain current speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. I told you to speed up. What the fuck?
Engage.
There we go. I was gonna say we don't have time to cruise along at a steady
Warning.
calm.
Entering nebula.
Steady calm warp 5.
Entering Federation space.
We need to get there fast.
Sensors are picking up a vessel.
Yellow alert.
A Romulan warbird is on sensors. We are being hailed. Locking weapons.
Fire.
Torpedo locked.
Right.
Do you need a moment? I am... We who are about to die, salute you.
You don't have to die, but okay. If you're gonna insist on it.
The Romulan warbird has been destroyed.
Good.
Alert cancelled. Condition green.
I cannot begin to thank you for coming to our rescue. If I can help you in any way, please let me know.
Well, yes. We need to talk about the Chodak.
I'd like to beam a team down to your planet and talk with you more directly.
You and your crew will be most welcome.
let's get down there. Oh, Picard's actually going himself this time. All right. I bet Riker's real happy about that.
Beam down coordinates selected.
So what the hell is going on?
Thank you for allowing us to beam down.
I welcome you in the Lawgiver's name. Although the sects have refused to help, I am more than willing to assist you.
Oh, somebody is. That's nice.
The ancient Chodak have suddenly assumed great importance in galactic affairs. We were hoping you could tell us some more about them.
Our people have always been fascinated by the ruins found when our ancestors arrived here. Over the years, we have learned many things about the Chodak society and technology.
I just realized we are no longer on mission 3. We are actually on mission 4. Whoa, what the fuck?
They created special shielding materials which could block out any transporter beams we know of, yet their own transporters could pass through them easily.
What else have you discovered about Chodak technology?
They use devices similar to isolinear rods as keys to many of their machines.
Right!
Here, let me give you one.
How does it work?
When this programmer is twisted around the rod's end, it can alter the rod's settings, making it a sort of all-purpose key. If you use the programmer properly, you can activate almost any Chodak machine or computer.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Chodak technology?
The crowning glory of their technology was something called the Unity device that made it possible for them to control their far-flung empire.
Do you have any more details about this Unity device?
I think it was a superweapon with almost unlimited powers. When the Chodak lost it somehow, their empire fell apart almost immediately.
What do you know about Chodak society?
Their empire spanned this quadrant, encompassing tens of thousands of star systems. It endured for 100,000 years. Then, 900,000 years ago, it disintegrated, almost overnight.
It's unusual for such an immense empire to last that long. What was the secret of their success?
They had a talent for administration. They had an entire planet called Alanor, from which they ruled their empire. The bureaucracy must have been colossal.
What else do you know about Chodak history?
We believe that the group which settled here and built these structures was not from the mainstream of Chodak society.
Why do you say that?
Why do you say that?
Come on, Picard, get your own goddamn lines.
For one reason, this is a very small base. The structures the Chodak built could not have held more than a few thousand people. This could not have been a major colony.
And for another?
The Chodak settlers often referred to Alanor as the seat of evil, and frequently said that the Unity device, the Empire's chief means of control, had to be destroyed.
Perhaps the settlers here were similar to your own ancestors, fleeing an established society to pursue a different vision.
Perhaps, but I suspect the Chodak here played a far more active role. This outpost was only inhabited for a few decades, which coincided almost exactly with the end of the Empire as a whole.
These reasons are not strong grounds for believing the settlers here were rebels.
There are 1,000 more small clues, all pointing to the same conclusion. But there is one major mystery which could resolve the question completely.
What happened to the Unity device?
What is this mystery?
A century ago, our scientists found a Chodak data crystal. We believe it contains the answers we seek, but unfortunately, the crystal is extremely old and fragile. Our equipment is not sophisticated enough to read it without destroying it.
Perhaps the Enterprise's computers could read your Chodak data crystal safely.
Very well. I will entrust the crystal to you. All I ask is that you share whatever you discover to satisfy our own curiosity.
If you'll excuse me, I have other duties to attend to. Perhaps we can talk again later.
Give him his own line.
As you wish. May the spirit of the Lawgiver guide your path through the stars.
We've done all we can here. Beam us up. Chancellor Lawrack was most helpful. We now know what the Romulans are seeking.
Do you think the Romulans have really found the Unity device?
I think we've seen the Unity device.
We'd know already if they had.
The device is that powerful?
I'm not sure, but without it, an empire which spanned this entire section of the galaxy disintegrated overnight.
What are your orders, Captain?
I want to go to Horse 3 and talk to Shaynok. Was it Shaynok? I think it was Shaynok. The Vulcan who was, like, researching them.
Set course for Horse 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
It's pretty far away. So we're gonna say, bump that up to a warp 9, please.
Engage.
Captain, the ship's computer has completed its attempt to read the damaged Chodak data crystal we received from Chancellor Lawrack.
Any success, Mr. Data?
Only in part, sir. Much of the information was corrupted, as we had feared, but there is one section that may be of interest in our current situation. As Chancellor Lawrack guessed, Frigis was indeed a rebel base. The crystal explains how the rebels stole information from the main computer on Alinor and used it to attack the Unity device itself. The rebels used a programmable encryption rod to access Alinor's main computer and learn vital information about the Unity device. This information was then used to plan a raid against the Unity device. There is then a corrupted section and a brief mention of a space freighter called the Rinkel. I am not certain what the connection is between the freighter and the raid. The complete text of the information may of course be found in the ship's computer.
Primary core access enabled. Systems online.
Right, okay. Alright, but yeah, we have this chameleon device that was this, like, alien probe that was sucking energy out of this unique power source on this, this experimental power source that was literally using a singularity with a wavering containment field, so that it was producing more power than a normal artificial singularity. That drew attention for some reason to this strange chameleon probe type thing. I think that was I'm willing to bet that probably was the Unity device. I think we saw it, like, almost at the get-go. At least that's my theory. That is my working theory.
Standard orbit.
Captain's log. We have arrived at Horse 3 to request some advice from the noted Vulcan archaeologist, Shaynok. Instead, all we have found here is a recorded message buoy broadcasting continuously.
To whoever hears this message, the sudden incursion into this region of space by a flotilla of Romulan warships has made this remote expedition untenable. For the safety of my crew, I have decided to abandon this site temporarily. In the name of science, I ask that you do not disturb my work on this planet. There is one site that requires special care. The Chodak site seems to have a field that camouflages it to normal sensors. I located it mostly by accident. There is a platform jutting out part way down a deep shaft in the ground. Further investigation has been blocked by an ancient rock slide.
As much as I would like to honor Shinnok's request to leave the site alone, we don't have that luxury. The current situation makes it imperative that we learn where this planet Alanor is. This Chodak base may have the information we need. We should form an away team at once to investigate this shaft that Shinnok spoke of, but we'll have to be careful to disturb as little on the site as possible.
Sensors are picking up a vessel.
Evasive maneuver.
Aye, Captain.
Beam down coordinates selected.
All right, so we have the control rod and the little twist top to it. All right, so he said it was behind this, right? Vaporized, motherfucker. All right, so let's see what's behind this rock slide. All right, there's a screen here.
The Chodak must have used this screen to display information.
Right, but what kind of information? All right.
It did not work.
Aha!
Fascinating.
What is that?
Even though some of the data has been corrupted over time, our computer can probably deduce a wealth of helpful information from it. It did not work.
Okay. LaForge, can you find out any more?
I'd like to get this information into the ship's computer and find out what it is.
Right, why don't you do that? All right, pick up the rod. So we've used the reader and been like, okay, we know that we can. We know that there's something. Wow, you did that from a long way away, my dude. So, all right, there was a rear of the site. There's a pit, an instrument.
This looks like a device for analyzing and recording astronomical observations. This is the energy source that keeps the site running.
Interesting.
This structure keeps the instrument at its front end aimed correctly.
All right, so Geordi?
The device was set up to measure the time between certain subspace pulses. Once we know where the Chodak were pointing this mounting, we can figure out what they were looking at. The bottom's almost 3.5 kilometers down.
Okay.
If I were to speculate, I would say that this particular site was used for making astronomical observations.
That would explain why this outpost is so far from the main body of the Chodak Empire. Perhaps they were attempting to make clean observations, uncontaminated by interference from their own transmissions.
Let's record as much as we can. Our computer can analyze the data and make sense out of it later.
There's a lot of scientific equipment in this part of the site.
This must be the heart of the station. We must be especially careful to examine everything we find in detail.
All right, is there actually anything over here, or were you just like... All right. Well, I don't see anything else that we can interact with.
This device generates the chameleon field that disguises the station when you look at it from space.
All right.
Look, a shooting star. On Earth, that means you get to make a wish.
Shooting star is actually a misnomer. In reality, they are simply meteors which are incinerated as they enter a planet's atmosphere.
I know, Data, and rainbows are just the refraction of light by water droplets, but they're still beautiful.
All right. I think we've got the information that we needed. At least I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah, walk up there.
I don't think we're gonna find a whole lot more down here. Let's go back to the ship and analyze what we've got.
All right.
I believe we have obtained...
I could happily spend days here.
I suggest we return to the ship.
Right. Who do I need to talk to about doing that?
Beam us up.
Okay. All right, so yeah.
Yellow alert.
A Romulan warbird is on sensors. We are being hailed. Locking weapons. Torpedo locked. Direct hit.
Savor your victory while you...
Right. Yeah, they are like fucking made out of tissue paper, which is probably good. Of course, this is like,
the
you know,
Romulan
super
warbird
easy.
has been destroyed.
All right.
Captain's log. The archaeological site on Horst remains a fascinating mystery. I'm hoping that our ship's computer will be able to analyze the tricorder data we discovered at the Chodak site and tell us quickly what we need to know.
Okay, so,
Mr. Data.
I suggest we...
Primary core access enabled. Systems online.
all right, so the isolated rod technology is apparently far more advanced. This particular rod contains information that what? Can you... Oh. Information that causes it to respond to a given way. They respond in a given way to trielectric field resonations, allowing it to be used as a key to unlock or begin operations of specific mechanisms. Okay, cool. Right, the programmer. Destinations.
Admiral Williams here.
What's your...
I'm pleased to note that you contacted the Klingon attack cruiser Bortas, which intercepted and Captain Kedra was able to take prisoners and... Shall I go on?
No, thank you.
What do you want us to do now?
I'd like...
Of course. Your orders are to investigate the real reason.
Right, that's very vague, but thank you.
Sir, we are receiving a signal from Starfleet.
What the fuck? I just
It is
talked to
Admiral Williams.
On screen. Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
An unknown alien race has just crossed the neutral zone into Federation space. All attempts to communicate with them have failed.
Are they hostile?
Definitely. So far, every ship and outpost in their path has been attacked, disabled, and left for dead.
Do we have any idea of their objectives?
That's the strangest part. It looks like they're pursuing the Romulan fleet into the Zatanus Nebula.
Then my first instinct will be to let them go with our blessings.
I wish we could. Unfortunately, Outpost Delta 08 lies directly on their present course. We can't afford to lose it. Proceed at best possible speed to the Yaz system and intercept.
Understood. Picard out.
What are your orders, Captain?
Set course for the Yaj system. Maximum warp. Engage.
Oh, so you'll let Picard say 9.4 my max, but if I do it, it's 9.2. All right, so yeah, we're basically playing catch up at this point, which is loads of fun.
Unidentified alien vessel ahead. They have...
Red alert!
Hail them.
There is no response. They are firing.
Evasive maneuvers.
Go to red alert.
The ship
Locking
is
weapons.
decloaking.
Torpedo away. Enemy ship is firing. Have been hit. The shields are holding. There is no response to our hail. Torpedo locked. Torpedo away. Have been hit.
Definitely looked like the same things that were...
Enemy ship is firing. The enemy has engaged its self-destruct sequence.
Fire.
Torpedo away. Direct hit.
Okay, so we should be down to what? One? None. None?
Mr. Data, check the ship's computer for any possible identification of these aliens.
I'm willing to bet they were Chodak. Because they had the same design as that probe that was sucking the energy out.
We have no record of contact prior to these attacks.
There have been rumors of a war between the Romulans and an unknown race on the other side of Romulan space. Perhaps these are the same aliens.
I want to know why we had so little warning before the alien vessel's attack.
We did not detect them on our sensors until they were already within visual range.
Did they have a cloaking device?
During the battle, our sensors registered emissions similar to those of the alien probe that attacked Merton's stations and the planetary shield protecting Frigis.
A chameleon field?
That appears to be the case.
Perhaps these aliens were also responsible for the attack on Merton's station.
The chameleon field is an ancient Chodak technology. These aliens might have borrowed it from them.
That would explain their attack on the station. They were after the Chodak artifacts.
Mr. Data, plot the course of the alien vessels based on their attacks in this sector.
The pattern of their attacks would indicate that they are headed for the Zatarnus Nebula.
Gee, big surprise there.
Then it appears that the Romulans aren't the only race seeking the Unity device.
Helm?
All right. Let's hit the transporter and beam down and see what the
There are no valid beam down coordinates at this location.
Really?
I have correlated the ancient Chodak star chart with our own astrogation charts.
Does it reveal the location of the Unity device?
I can find no mention of the device. However, the chart does contain the planet Alanor.
Okay.
If Alanor was the administrative center of the Chodak Empire, isn't there a chance some trace of the Chodak remain, even today?
That sounds like a long shot.
It might be the only one we've got, number one. Where is Alanor?
The planet is located inside the neutral zone.
I don't think we need to worry about the treaty at this point.
Still, we must use caution. There is a provision of the treaty which allows for scientific research. We'll use that as a cover for our mission. Mr. Worf, inform Starfleet.
Aye, sir.
Lay in a course for Alanor.
Right, why are we cruising
Engage.
along? This is like, you know, this is kind of dire times. Yeah, we're like over 100 light years away, and you're cruising along at warp 5. Pick up the goddamn pace, you morons.
Engage.
Like, we ain't got time to be fucking piddling around at warp 5.
Warning. Entering the neutral zone.
Captain, I've been studying our records of one of the Chodak devices we found on Horse 3. It appears to have been designed to measure the period of a pulsar for use as a standard of time.
Translating Chodak time units would be a major breakthrough. It will give us a better understanding of Chodak science.
Unfortunately, the Zatarnus Nebula has expanded since the Chodak abandoned the station. The nebula now completely obscures the pulsar.
The nebula grew that quickly?
The Zatarnus Nebula is one of the youngest celestial bodies in the galaxy.
It was 900, it was like, what, 9,000 years, wasn't it? Like 9,000 years that they've been gone or something like that?
Are there observations of a pulsar in that region of space?
None in Federation records, but the Chodak star chart does contain a pulsar at the proper coordinates.
Can we observe the pulsar ourselves?
The pulsar is on the far side of the nebula. It cannot be observed from anywhere within Federation space.
Does it have a name? We should be sure a science vessel is sent to observe it.
The Chodak chart refers to it as the Gambara pulsar. It lies in unexplored space near the Romulan border.
Well, that's fine. I mean, we're not exactly...
Entering Federation space. Warning. Entering the neutral zone.
Yes, thank you.
Helm, standard orbit.
Captain's log, we have arrived at the planet Alanor, where we hope to find information about the Unity device, a legendary superweapon created by the ancient Chodak. Although we've managed to travel deep into the neutral zone without being challenged, I feel certain that an encounter with the Romulans is only a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of that too.
There are no valid beam down coordinates at this location.
What? Oh, are you fucking kidding me? So we can't beam down onto this place?
We've completed our scan of the planet. The surface is heavily damaged and radiation levels are high, possibly the result of war in the distant past.
All right, so you guys just being slow now.
Are there any life signs?
No, sir, but we have detected an extensive network of caverns below the surface. We are picking up Cochrane field emissions from one of the chambers.
Is it a natural phenomenon?
I do not believe so. The field is exhibiting a binary modulation pattern, which may imply some form of computer in operation.
Sounds like a good place to begin a search.
Sir, many of the caverns are heavily shielded. Our comm systems and transporters will be unable to penetrate them. The nearest beam-in point is more than 3 kilometers from the Cochrane field source.
Then that will have to be close enough. I'll lead the away team myself.
Captain, we have no idea what's down there. We can't risk...
Number one, we have no choice. The Unity device, if it exists, could be a weapon of incredibly destructive power. We must learn what it is and what it can do. My knowledge of the Chodak could be vital to the success of our mission.
All right, sir. I'll assemble an away team.
Make it so.
Yeah. Hey, quit your bitching. Quit your bitching and get in the kitchen, because I'm going down there this time.
Beam down coordinates selected.
I'm sorry, who's the blue shirt?
Can you locate the source of the Cochrane field the ship's sensors detected?
The Cochrane field source lies in this direction.
Okay, that's...
If the source of the Cochrane field emissions is truly an operational computer, there's no telling what we might learn.
I just hope there's enough information to allow us to find the Unity device.
I believe it's an ancient starship schedule.
Right.
I've recorded the information for later study. Readings indicate that these are the remains of a Romulan.
Okay, so they're a little bit ahead of us.
I don't know what to make of these
Something may be interfering with...
The grill is held in place by a...
Right, so that door is where we need to go.
It looks like there's a passage through the ventilation duct.
Okay, but doesn't he say that, you know, we need to go here?
There's some Chodak writing here. I believe it says, primary transporter.
All right. So they're kind of indicating that we need to go through the ventilation shaft.
There is a passage behind the grill.
All right.
The phaser had no effect.
Strange. All right, let's take a look at this door.
Judging from the dust along the seam, this door hasn't been opened in quite some time. There's some Chodak.
phaser setting 8 should vaporize the metal seals on the grill.
All right.
Judging from the dust along the...
Right, so what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
The phaser had no effect.
Okay, so you're wrong on what you're assuming, huh?
The grill is held in place by a few alloy seals along the edge.
Ah, oh, okay, so that's what we need to shoot then.
We may need to increase...
Look, you said 8. It's not my fault that this thing goes up to like 16. No, I didn't say on the duct, you idiot.
I think I could...
Okay, now go through.
This passage is taking us farther away from the source of the Cochrane field.
That's okay.
It looks like this is part of the environmental maintenance facilities of the planet.
Oh, good grief.
What do you think of Chodak technology, Geordie?
It's a curious combination, Captain.
What do you mean?
Well, a lot of this stuff looks pretty dated by Federation standards. Other things are so advanced, I can't even guess what they're for. These panels are hooked into some kind of data transmission network.
All right. Great. Can we get up there and maybe like plug in our rod and tell it to do its thingy-majig and give us some information on this shit?
We might be able to use the Chodak isolinear rod to...
Yes, that's kind of the idea. Oh, not that, this.
There.
Oh, hello. It's in English? That's a little unusual, isn't it? All right, so system log. Emergency override, catastrophic system failure. Emergency procedure Alpha 324 initiated. Landing dock 79G engaged. Computer Primus 1 enabled. Login Primus 1 access denied. Transport G4 energized. Unscheduled entry zone WG. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, 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 hey.
It appears to be a control.
Okay, so right. A bunch of stuff, basically. All right. We initialize system. This action is non-recoverable. All right, so environment. Oh, hello?
It appears to be a control.
Activate facility. Facility activated.
It appears to.
Okay. Cool. So everything should be active? I think. Wait, there's a window here? Like, it has a really bad habit of just being like, of jumping ahead. Okay. Is that a repair point?
I noticed an infrared flash transmitted between the two drones. I think it might have been some kind of deactivation signal.
We could attempt to duplicate the pulse with the tricorder's output synthesizer. Interesting. The system works by separating the factors of a fifth-order hyperbolic equation and...
Data just...
Yes, Captain. It is too far away.
Well, then get your ass down there. Oh, God damn it. Don't you dare fucking go back. Okay. So, big drone, okay. All right. God damn it. Fucking... Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, right. And the game just quit on me. That's fantastic. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I think we're probably going... No, God damn it. Okay. Well, I think this is where we're going to have to end for tonight. We've been going for 2.5 hours now. This is usually about the point where I want to cut them. So yeah, we're going to call it quits for tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to finish it up tomorrow. I was thinking we might be finishing it up with, you know, finding the fifth scroll and everything, that we'd be fine there, but apparently not. All right, well, yay. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to press that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's our Facebook page, our Twitter account, our Tumblr account, our Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for our Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. Like I said, we'll be back with this tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, hopefully we'll find out what the Chodak are, what the hell this Unity device is. I think it's just like a control thing and all that type stuff. Anyway, all that so that you can hold for more Bravo Love Productions. Oh.